Terry Black, dumped for the holidays.
Thank you. Okay, a little push it. Okay. Christmas. There's nothing like a Yuletide season to make you really cherish that special someone, or to rub it in if you don't have one. I did have a girlfriend recently, someone who dumped me right before the holidays, and I gotta say, it sucks. Every radio and TV station is playing sappy songs that show heartwarming images as if to annoy me personally. Hard rock stations are going on about mistletoe and sleigh bells ring-ting-tinging instead of Van Halen as Bing Crosby dreaming of a white Christmas even as non-stop rainfall turns the freeway system into a statewide bumper car attraction. And that's where you'll find me. I'm driving up to see my brother Shane to celebrate his birthday, which is annoyingly close to December 25th. Shane's had to deal with that all his life. Jammed in second place birthday parties since the eggnog swilling hordes are more preoccupied with Jesus' birth than his. And steering my Saturn into rain-soaked Los Angeles seems hardly better for the smarmy good cheer clogging the airwaves. By the time I blow into Shane's place, the whole family's there. My mom and her boyfriend, Sean and his wife, Shannon and her husband, Shane and his girlfriend. I'm the only one who's come alone. So it's a dateless, not quite Christmas, drenched in pouring down rain, gathered at Shane's place for takeout pizza. We talk about current events. I start to mention global warming, but it's off limits since Sean's a climate change denier. Touchingly, his wife agrees. I envy them that because it means they share a special world, even if it's not this one. Shane talks about his latest screenplay based on pulp action hero Doc Savage. It's good to see him dig into a new project, and his girlfriend Nicole, who's gorgeous by the way, is supportive and engaging. I'm happy that everyone's thriving. But afterward, it's a long drive home in the dismal weather. The radio's playing Sleigh Ride, about an idyllic journey through a Yuletide paradise that rains like an endless waterfall. Coming up Ridge Route, there's a place where twin tunnels bore through a Metrolink overpass. The tunnels are round and spaced close together like the eyes of an owl. A sign warns you should use at own risk. Just as I'm getting there, a train roars overhead. The tracks are dark and rain-swept, but the train's interior is bright as daylight. There's a snapshot flash of people sitting and talking all in a separate world, racing over me at 90 miles an hour. I wonder where they're going, where they've been, things I'll never know, if they're just a dozen feet away, if only for an instant. Relationships are like that, all of us swooping into each other's lives like the aforementioned bumper cars. It may go well or poorly, but the question, what's next, remains a compelling one. Maybe that's the meaning of Christmas, what's waiting just around the next corner. You there with a cute smile, what's your name?
A forever ocean view.
My mother and I longed for an ocean view, the kind that went on forever, like real estate ads boasted. We couldn't afford a house on the ocean, but we could dream. Maybe someday one of us would realize the dream and share with the other. On our Friday standing dates, we loved to be near the water, lunching at seaside restaurants where we heard waves crash, spotted dolphins, or watched seagulls swoop. Look at those gulls, my mother would say. Flying over the ocean would be so much fun. One Friday, she said, next week I need your help choosing my niche. What's a niche, I asked. It's where they put people's ashes at the cemetery. I thought you wanted your ashes spread at sea. Oh no, she said. You know I can't swim. Our laughter broke the somber mood that had overtaken me at the mention of cemeteries and ashes. Where's the cemetery, I asked. Corona del Mar, she said. Pacific View Memorial Park. Of course, I thought. She's going to have her ocean view if it's the last thing she ever does. We met at Pacific View where the counselor showed us two niches in Palm Court, a square structure on a hilltop with a panoramic view of the Pacific. The ocean sparkled azure blue and Catalina Island gleamed on the horizon. One niche faced the ocean, the other looked inland. My mother's face fell when she learned that even ocean view niches are more expensive than ones facing inland. She began to assess the virtues of the inland niche. Look, she said, it's right on the corner. You can sit beside the niche and see the view when you visit me. I can just peek around the corner. Once again, she had me laughing. 18 months later, she was gone. My sister and I placed her ashes in the niche and held on to each other, eyes straining through gray haze to see the ocean our mother loved. My Fridays were free, but I visited Pacific View often. Like my mother envisioned, I sat facing the ocean, but I'd close my eyes and turn my head skyward. A kaleidoscope of red, yellow, and orange swirled before me, warming me. When the colors faded, I'd leave, barely noticing the view. After a year, I still ached and cried at odd moments. A visiting friend dragged me to a psychic who stunned me by saying, "Someone who recently passed is worried about you and can't be free until they know you were all right." Days later at the niche, I sat with my eyes closed. Hearing a bird's call, I opened my eyes to see a gull circling above. "Don't worry, Mommy, I'll be fine," I said. The gull dipped a wing, circled once more, and flew off toward the horizon. I watched it until all I could see was that beautiful forever ocean view my mother wanted to share with me. I sat for a long time, drinking it in.
I was new in town, trying to make my way, meet new people, and find my local target. Recently, I was even brave enough to try out a new gym, but not brave enough to allow anyone to see me in my swimsuit. After an hour swimming laps, I looked around, made sure no one was watching, grabbed my bag, and made a mad dash for the locker room. It's a beautiful gym, brand new with every modern amenity. Lathering the shampoo, I noticed how nice and wide each shower stall was, how clean, and surprisingly, no hair in the drain. No shower curtains either. I rinsed the shampoo and began conditioning. Strange that a brand new gym would spend so much money on everything else and then skimp on shower curtains. Perhaps they hadn't gotten around to putting them up. Rinsing out the conditioner, I wondered when this gym had actually opened. Could have been very recently since everything was so nice. I peeked around my dividing wall. Lucky me, it appeared I had the whole place to myself. I could shave my legs. I was digging into my bag looking for a razor when a naked man came in and started the shower, one down and across. Did I say naked? A man in the women's locker room? Visions, much like snapshots, came to mind. Extra wide shower stalls, silence, any hairballs, and no shower curtains. I looked up. There weren't even rods available for them. Could it be me? The man had not looked my way. He hadn't even seen me yet. For a moment, I felt like an observing sociologist. Naked man comes into showers and he doesn't look around to see who else is in there? How is this? I'm always cautious and look around to see if there's anyone in the room with me. Can I safely say that most women do? I think so. Is this behavior normal in a man's world? Men don't look? Are they homophobic? Or is it that they don't have to worry about being assaulted? A terrible sense of vulnerability washed over me. I was naked in the showers with a strange man. I turned off the water, grabbed my towel, and tried to remember to breathe. I had to walk past this guy in order to leave the area. What do I do? "Okay," I said out loud. "I won't panic if you don't." It must have been my voice, because the man suddenly assumed a duck and cover position, shouting, "I'm sorry!" Soaking wet, with dripping hair and a towel wrapped tightly around me, I grabbed my bag and walked out, back into the pool area, where I realized that those who may not have seen me in my swimsuit could now view me in nothing but a towel. I also saw the opposing door had letters no less than 2 feet tall that said, "Women." At first, I leaned against a locker door trembling. Then I began to laugh. Laughter gave way to full-body shakes, guffaws, and snorts, tears streaming down my face. I took a shower in the wrong locker room with a strange man. And yet, another epiphany, my swimsuit was still hanging on the hook in there.